Welcome back to Shop Talk with me, Jessie Simmons. So we've made it through a few episodes and you're back, and I appreciate your time. I appreciate you investing a little bit of attention to grasp some gems, some values from some very valuable people to me that have taken the entrepreneur journey. They've seen the highs, the lows, and they've come out on top and are still going. So for me, the information is valuable, and I hope it's valuable to you. So one thing I'm going to ask you is to hit like and hit subscribe. And hopefully these informational videos are something that you could turn to whenever you're facing a downtime or whenever you need inspiration along your journey, wherever you are, in the beginning, in the middle, or if you're transcending into something else. Welcome to Shop Talk. Today, I have a very, you guessed it, special guest. Once again, as I said before, all these people that you're going to see are very special guests, people who have invested time into their craft to make it what it is, who take their craft very, very seriously. They put in the 10,000 hours and they look at ways to evolve. This gentleman here is actually the example of evolution. I seen him when he first started to speaking into this camera now. The amount of time that he's invested, researched, studied, and applied his information to deliver great content, great videos that you see that are crispy and that are very, very pleasing to the eye. None other than Mr. Jamal Flash Forward. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Thank you for coming through here. Right. So we're gonna start hot.
Okay.
So, do you think that entrepreneurs are born or are they created?
Well, that's actually a really good question. And I would say I think they're born. And the reason why is because as an entrepreneur, you're never really, nothing is set for you. Nothing is, you wake up and you do this and you do that. It's always something different. Mm-hmm. And because of that type of structure and how you have to live your life, it makes it really difficult for you to basically anticipate your next step, right? You have to be able to adjust. And when things don't go your way, you also have to be able to overcome it, right? And a lot of the times when I see a lot of people, especially I think back to when the pandemic was happening and everybody was talking about they're an entrepreneur. And the pandemic was probably one of the craziest things for our entire generation to have to go through. And I saw a lot of people that were entrepreneurs panic. They basically sold all their camera gear. They went and got the first job that they could find at a grocery store. They just basically gave up the dream because things got a little bit difficult, right? And I mean, if you're a real entrepreneur, you know how to basically get it out the mud, right? When things get hard, you don't regress and, find comfort. You tackle it head on and you figure out, how do I fix this issue? And if you're not born with that, it's not something that you develop. It just has to be in you.
So these innate tools that you're mentioning is pretty much persistence and being resourceful to any sort of circumstances that you're faced with.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so we know that you produce great content, high quality images and video. How did you get started in content creation?
Oh man. To be honest with you, I was always into film and photography. I loved photography. I loved movies. I always, was tinkering with the camera here and there. Never really good when it was like a hobby for me. I just kind of did it when I got the chance. During my, young years, I thought I was going to the NBA, so that was my plan A.
Me and you both.
After college was when I realized hey, you know what? I'm not going to be doing this at a professional level.
And I had to start, reality.
Right. I had to start figuring out what am I going to do with my life? And fortunately, but unfortunately for me, fresh out of college, I got a really good job. And I spent a lot of time doing that job. Because it gave me great money at a very young age. And it kind of sidetracked me a bit from what I really wanted to be or what I really wanted to do with my time, which was, become a cinematographer or photographer or whatever at the time. And where it started to get really serious for me was, I would say probably in 2013, working my desk job. And I was like, yo, you know what? I can't keep doing this. This lifestyle where I have to come in, clock in, somebody's over my shoulder telling me hey, you can't go to the washroom for that long, that kind of lifestyle. I was like, yo, I can't I can't keep doing this. And that's when I was like, you know what, let me pick this camera back up for real, and let me see what I can do with it. And during the time I was still playing in a men's like basketball league, being kind of competitive, and the idea came to me. It was like, yo, let me start recording my games, and I decided to make a highlight reel of myself, right? Just to kind of get my feet wet again and just kind of see what I can do with a camera. And I remember at the time, all I had was an iPhone 4S. Was nothing fancy. Piece of garbage camera. Just did my thing. And what I ended up doing is I chopped up a video of myself from over like, I think 3 or 4 games that I played. And I sent it to the like email chain for all the guys that were in the league. So I think it was about 10 teams, maybe 8 guys on each team, so call it 80 players in the league. Nothing crazy. And it was more to be like, look what I'm doing to you guys. Like, I'm nice, you guys suck, right? Like, it's kind of more to like gloat or like whatever. But what ended up happening was the guys were like, yo, this is actually kind of tough. And like at that point, it was like a couple younger guys my age, probably in that their mid-20s. There was a bunch of older guys as well that had kids and, you know, had their career or whatever. They just played for fun. And I guess for them, they felt like it would be great to get footage of themselves and a highlight video of themselves to show to their kids and be like, hey, your dad was a bad boy. You know what I mean? And it took off. Like, guys were like, yo, yeah, I want one. And then I remember I said the entrepreneurial mindset is kind of something that you're born with. I said, how can I maximize on this opportunity, right? And I said, I'm just going to start recording the whole games for the whole league. And then I said to the guys, I'm going to sell the full game tapes to you if you want it. And back in that time, I mean, I'm not that old, but it was crazy like how long ago this stuff is. I was still burning the games onto DVDs and then giving it to them on a DVD. Like that's crazy to me when I think about it. And I ended up doing that for like a season. And I probably pulled in close to like $6,000 for the season. It was like crazy. And with that money is where I bought my first camera. I bought a laptop. I reinvested into the craft, to the business, and I got my first lenses. Like, just took all those resources and just threw it there. I even bought a course, like early in my career, to just kind of start guiding me in the right direction. But mostly it came from like YouTube University, and I just kind of just dove back into the game like that. But where things got really serious was in 2016 when NBA All-Star Weekend came to Toronto. If you remember that point, it was the coldest.
It was freezing.
Coldest time I've ever experienced in my life was NBA All-Star Weekend in Toronto. But I said to myself, I'm going to take the entire month of February off from work, and I'm just going to be completely available for anybody and anything that was happening NBA related. And I connected with a few different outlets that were kind of, you know, doing their thing during All-Star Weekend. So I was like, I was in the gyms, I was on the floor, I was taking pictures of all the players. Like, I was in there, right? And then, you know, reality set back in, came back to work March 1st. And I kid you not, my phone would be like on my desk at work, like vibrating off the table. And I would answer like, hey, what's going on? And they'd be like, hey, saw what you did with so-and-so during NBA All-Star Weekend. Are you available on Tuesday at 2 p.m.? And I was like, damn, no, I'm not, because I'm working.
You're tied to the job. And
I said to myself at that point, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, either I'm going to dive in full service, or I'm going to stay in my comfort zone and miss this opportunity. And literally gave my 2 weeks notice in, and March 16th, 2016 was my last day of employment.
That's amazing. That's an amazing story there. So what I take from it is it was something of interest to you, and it kind of developed into a passion. At what point in time, I guess through your basketball experience, at what point in time did you realize that this is an entrepreneurial journey that I want to take? Or were you just kind of involved with the craft and kind of in love with the craft and kind of constantly evolving?
So, I was always in love with it. Like, I loved it to experience it, but I never knew how to create it to a level that I felt was good enough to sell.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that whole experience with the men's league, where I kind of saw like, okay, this is good enough where people actually want me to create it for them, and I can make money off of it. Like, hey, we might be onto something here. And I just took it one step at a time. Really, just what do I need to have in order to do this better, and how do I take that product and make it appealing to the people that would want to buy it.
Okay. Wow. So when you first get started, you mentioned that you were taking some of your earnings from the game tapes and reinvesting it into your business, essentially. So if I were to become a cinematographer or wanted to start, how much do you think I would need in order to start in terms of?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, what I tell people now is use what you have. All of us have a cell phone in our pocket, whether it's, remember, I started with the iPhone 4S, nothing special, right? Whatever you have at your fingertips, use that. Learn how to not only create beautiful content, but how to, put a narrative to it, like make it something that people would want to look at, right? Once you kind of figured out those steps on how to, work a camera, what does aperture mean? What is shutter speed? Like, what is ISO? What are those technical things that a camera can do? And then how do you, use that in a manual setting where you can now control the camera and it's not just, doing everything automatically.
Yeah.
Then you can start saying, okay, maybe I should get a better camera. Maybe I can look at a better lens, right? But you have to have that foundation first on how to use a camera before you even start thinking about how much money you should come up with. Because I promise you, the money's going to come.
Yeah.
Right? Once you get better and you start understanding the craft and you know what you're doing with it, the money's going to come. But if you never take the time to learn how to put everything together, it's not going to last long.
Wow. So important. So the idea of reinvesting in yourself, and it kind of evolves you to another step in your craft, in your career. Okay. So going through it, you're at a corporate structure. You're kind of earning good money, as you say. And I would assume that it was a comfortable corporate structure.
Oh, yeah.
Are there elements that you could kind of take from that you kind of applied to the way that you do business or when you started out? Or is it a completely different?
Honestly, I would say it's completely different because, like you said, it was very comfortable. Like, I literally 8 minutes away from where I lived. Same parking spot that I would get every day, and it's literally the same work that's always there. So it was like very straightforward. Just basically show up and collect your check.
Wow.
Basically, that's the situation that I was in. And then going from that to an entrepreneur where you really don't know where your next check is coming from, especially in the beginning, it's completely night and day. Completely night and day.
No, totally. I totally understand that. Being an entrepreneur, sometimes you could be worrisome, but if you invest enough time in your craft, you kind of see the fruits of your labor kind of, being uncovered as the days go by, as you invest more and more time. Okay, so there's not much alignment with the corporate structure and the way that you do business as an entrepreneur. Taking that leap is a big step. Were there any doubts or fears that you had in your mind that you kind of experienced? Or was it like a seamless transition?
I still think to this day I still have doubts. It's crazy how things kind of happen so rapidly in this particular line of work. But I think when I really had a good exit strategy when I was deciding to take that leap. One thing that I said to myself was, okay, this is my paycheck that I'm getting from my day job. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it to the side. I opened a little savings account. I took every dollar that I made from my day job and I put it into that savings account. This was probably 8 months prior to me leaving my day job.
Yes.
And I said to myself, I have to basically, whatever I got to do for film and photography, I have to make that take care of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And what I had to do to kind of supplement that as well was drive for Uber. So my day job was 10 to 6. Then from let's say 6 to maybe 9 or 10, I'll do film photography work. And then from 10 to maybe 2 a.m. was Uber.
Wow.
Driving and picking up people and driving them all over the place. And it was I had to do it that way because, again, the doubt was like, yo, if I leave, this is a very comfortable position. The checks are great. If I leave, I'm not going to have that luxury anymore. So I had to figure out how I can do this strategically in a way that if a month goes bad, I'm not, on my face.
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, it's all those little things as an entrepreneur that you have to think about, right?
Yeah.
You don't know, man. You just don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And you have to just keep kind of planning ahead one extra step that other people don't take.
Yeah. That whole money under the mattress, rainy day fund that you need whenever you're starting out an idea is so important.
Exactly.
Because you're going into uncharted territory. Okay, so you're going into uncharted territory, and you're kind of learning the craft. You're going to seminars and you're learning more information that way. At what point in time did things you felt like start clicking for you?
Oh, man. Honestly, I became obsessed, first of all.
Yes.
So it's like once I left the day job, I had a lot more hours in my day to basically research and develop myself. So instead of, sitting down, I don't know, playing video games or sleeping or whatever people do on their days off, I really took that time to develop myself, right? And I went to YouTube University, looked at endless videos and just kind of figured out how to make things happen. And then from there, it was just applying what I learned and just really staying on a course, because no one's there to save you. There's no safety net.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't do the work, you don't get the benefits of it. So it was just...
It was just kind of plug and play and kind of figure it out as you go.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're plugging and playing and you're kind of figuring things out. When you're first starting in your career, is there like a bread and butter that you kind of focused on? To kind of work on your craft and kind of develop it that way?
Yeah, it was weddings for sure. Weddings. I got in the game doing weddings.
Okay.
And weddings were great money.
Yes.
Great money. High stress.
Yes.
Great money. And
yes.
I don't think people understand let's say as a filmmaker or even a photographer, whatever you are, how difficult technically it is to shoot a wedding.
Wow.
And if you can shoot a wedding, I promise you can shoot anything else.
Wow.
Because when you think about it, if we're like on a set for a commercial, right? If you mess up your lines, like, okay, let's run it back.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't do this correctly. Okay, let's run it back.
Yeah.
Weddings, things happen one time. So not only do you have to know how to control your camera, you also have to be so in the moment that you know what's happening and how to capture that in a creative way.
Wow.
Right? So I think that really helped me develop into who I am today, because I had to think on my feet and I had to know exactly what I was going to do to get the right shot. And that definitely transferred over to everything that I do now. Like now I have the luxury of doing events and doing different things or commercials or whatever, where maybe I can get them to do it again. But I know exactly what I want on the first shot. So yeah, that was huge for me.
So being in the aspect of weddings kind of made you more resourceful in your craft and being able to put out fires as they are on fire, essentially.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so weddings is the initial step in, and you're kind of going through your career. Is there any moments where is there any particular moment where you had a hiccup where you're just like, I don't know if this is right for me? Oh
yeah, definitely. I preach all the time that the people that you surround yourself with, especially in like the creative space, really helps to mold who you become as a person, as a leader, as a creative, etc. And I transferred from one group to another group of people where I was working with.
Yes.
And I think, getting in the game and starting with those guys was great. We did a lot of fantastic things, but it wasn't perfectly aligned in terms of where I wanted to go versus where they wanted to go. And it kind of got to a point where the incline was great, and then we leveled off.
Kind of plateaued.
Yeah, it kind of plateaued, and things just weren't changing or getting better. So it took a lot to like basically walk away from that situation and move into a new situation where I really didn't know what I was getting into with these new guys at all. I just knew that I wanted to work with people that had the same vision as me. And I think one of the key things for me that kind of made that happen was communication.
Okay.
Like I was very, very upfront with what I was looking for, right? If you do this, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, this is how I would react to it. Like I was very upfront with how I was. And and one of the things that I said that I'm never going to do with the guys that I work with
Yes.
is have them wait on the funds.
Yes.
Right? Because at the end of the day, as motivated as I am or you are or anybody else,
Yes.
we're not showing up and doing what we do day in and day out if we're not getting, the funds to support ourselves. So
100%.
Like all of those little things is what kind of made me transition. And it was very difficult moving from one group to another. But I mean, like I said, with the right communication, with the right leadership skills that I was able to put forward, and just the personalities of the guys that I started working with, it absolutely took what I was doing to the next level.
So I was going to ask you, like, what did that moment and that time reveal to you about yourself? But I guess you became more direct with what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's, I think a lost skill is communication.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in today's day and age, in this generation, they don't communicate well, and they're like afraid to communicate what they want from people. And I'm not afraid.
Yes.
Right? Like if I need something from you, or I need clarity on something, or I expect something from you, I'll tell you. Right? At the end of the day, who am I, right? If you don't want to listen to the things that I have to say, you don't have to.
100%.
Right? But at least I told you what it is.
Yeah.
So that if you do something crazy,
and
then you see me react a certain way, there's no confusion there. Right? We know what it is because of what we talked about. Right? So I think, that's probably the biggest thing right now in this generation. Like, people just need to start communicating, and you'll definitely hit different levels.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. So through that experience, when you go about selecting who you work with and who's on the team or on the particular project, or who you want to bring in, how do you go through that process now? Is there a particular check mark or checklist that you go through?
So I like to meet people in person. I like to look you in your face. I like to look you in your eyes when I talk to you. And I like to understand what you do. Like, why do you do it? If it's like, oh, I'm just here to, make money and go buy jewelry, like, no. Like, I look for people that have structure, right? Like, do you have a family? Do you have a home? Do you have something that's more than just yourself, right?
Responsibility.
Right. How do you deal with conflict? Right? If people upset you, and you have to deal with a client now. How are you going to deal with that client? Are you going to, explode on them, or are you going to talk to them? Right? Like, those kind of things is what I kind of look for. And I say this, but these guys know me, right? Like, punctuality.
It's huge.
Right? Like, if we say that we have to be somewhere for 7 p.m., the client's like, 7 p.m. is a showtime. If you're not there by like 6:30, ready to unpack and bring all the stuff in, you're late, bro. You're late. You got to be there earlier to get all of our stuff in and do what we got to do for 7. You know what I mean? So it's just little characteristics and personality traits like that I look for. Like, are you serious about what we're doing? Or are you just here for a good time? Right. So, man, it's, I think for everybody that comes out to, reaches out to me and they're like, hey, like, I want to, work out with you. I want to, shadow you or whatever. Another thing that I really check is, like, what are they willing to do? Right. Like, if I say, yo, I have a shoot coming up on Sunday at 7 a.m. Come through. I can't do 7 a.m. on a you're not going to make it with me. You're just not going to make it. Right. So it's like putting them in situations that are uncomfortable and seeing what they're going to do is what I look for most.
Putting them through the fire. That's the only way that you can kind of learn, because I feel like as an entrepreneur, good help is hard to find.
Absolutely.
And good help and just help in general is reflective of how you conduct your business, and it's your brand. And we know that, first impressions kind of last so long. So it's important as an entrepreneur to have a selective process in deciding who you're bringing in to represent you, your brand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting with weddings. We're kind of owning our craft. We're being more resourceful. We're being able to put out fires on the fly. What's next? Like, what gear do you jump in next? Are you kind of fully immersed in the cinematography world, or what element are you focused on next in mastering?
That's a great question. I know you see it.
Mm-hmm.
AI is coming.
Yes.
No, AI is here.
Yes.
Right. And there's entire production studios that are shutting down
Mm-hmm.
because of what AI is bringing to the table now.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I look at, a lot of creatives specifically hate the idea of AI because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's not authentic. It's not this, it's not that. I look at AI as the internet 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you can think back to when we were in elementary school and the internet first hit the scene,
Yep.
it changed the world,
100%.
right? It's immediate information at your fingertips from anywhere,
Anywhere.
right? That's what AI is now to the creative space. This is the ability to create and use and generate anything you can think of on the spot,
Wow.
right? And I feel strongly like that the creatives that are just like, yo, I don't want anything to do with it are gonna be left behind, because it's like, if you're a client,
Yes.
right, and
Yes.
I'm able to utilize AI tastefully, obviously not fully generated AI stuff, but tastefully in a production that I do for you, that's going to stand out more than anything that you can do. Like, you can't get a helicopter to fly over at the CN Tower, let's say, and get a shot. You can't do that by yourself, right? So using these type of tools that are ahead of you tastefully and using it in a way that you can present it to clients is what's, I think, the next major separation in like what I do as a creative. And my next goal now is to really, understand it first of all, and then how to implement it into my day by day.
This aspect of AI is so important, but I think simultaneous with the aspect of AI as an entrepreneur, this idea of constantly evolving, constantly looking at the trends and what's happening and being on top of that trend to be able to master it, to provide value for your clients. So as a content creator or aspiring content creator, or maybe even as an entrepreneur, how important is content creation for your business?
Oh my gosh. It is literally everything. And I think everybody needs to understand that, right? If you're doing anything worth selling and you're not presenting yourself on social media or online in some way, shape, or form, you are missing out on a huge portion of the pie. And it shocks me that, a lot of companies and things like that just choose not to, because they feel like, oh, it's useless, or it doesn't do that, or I don't get that much engagement, so it's a waste of my time. But like, if you think about it, right, like logically, right, if you had 100 people come into your barbershop every day to get a haircut, or just to look at you do what you do, would that be good or would that be bad?
I think the exposure is everything.
It would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
So if 100 people come and like your post or even view your post, that is progress, right? So you have to look at social media as a way to showcase what you do and start attracting people to come and, be a part of it, right? So that's exactly where we're at right now. And I think it's honestly the most important thing in any business's structure right now is to get content, and not only get content, but post the content.
Yeah, it's so important that you say that, and it's so valuable because, I mean, in yesteryear, old eras, all we had was like a business card, and maybe we take out a section in the paper. But now we still have our business card, and these posts of content give our brand life. They give the audience or the target market a chance to evaluate you. Because I think so many times people, before they even book you for something or book a haircut appointment, they want to see what you produce. So I think the idea of constantly putting yourself out there is important. Okay, so we put ourselves out there. Is there any sort of strategic moves that we should think about, like posting from our social media? Should we focus on one particular area of social media, like Instagram, or should it be a matrix strategy?
To be honest with you, I know that there's a ton of different best practices for social media. Like everybody will be like, oh, post at this time. And then when you post, send it to your stories. And then you try. Like, there's so many different methods on how you should do it and where you should do it.
Yeah.
If I'm totally honest with you, I don't have a particular method.
You just put it up.
I go out, get some behind the scenes, put together whatever I can with it, and I put it out there. And you want to know what the craziest thing is? Those little 30-second behind the scenes reels that I would put out there is what attracts my biggest clients. Right? So maybe I don't have 40,000 subscribers on, Instagram or whatever, but that one reel that I put out to my 8,000, that one person saw it, and they have, a $20,000 budget that they want to go use on whatever particular project that they have, right? And if I never posted that,
they would never know. Yeah. I think that's so important because it almost tells a story about your brand, about how serious you take the craft, to showcase you at your work, and the amount that you've invested, the tools that you're using, kind of adds to your professionalism and your level of expertise. Okay, so we've gone through the career. We've gone through certain trends. Are there certain things that you're a fan of and certain things that you're not a fan of that you see in cinematography or content creation?
I really love what I'm seeing from a lot of creators right now in terms of their ability to do dynamic edits for like sports and just any type of advertisements.
Yes.
My particular style is not, flash and all that kind of stuff. It's really focused on delivering messages, clean images, very subtle things.
Yes.
But I really love what I'm seeing from the creatives out there right now, especially like I said before, that's utilizing AI in their workflows. And it's like, wow, I never thought of doing something like that. And I see that kind of stuff and it inspires me to try new things and do new things. So I think it's great, the direction that a lot of these guys are taking online, and everybody benefits from people trying new things and leveling up, because then it forces me to now reevaluate what I want to do and how I can start implementing those things into my workflow.
Yeah, this idea of constantly evolving and iron sharpens iron, essentially.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm aspiring cinematographer. I want to get into content creation. I want to get into film. What nugget would you give me that I could kind of take throughout my journey that you've kind of picked up along your way of practicing your craft?
Yeah, so without a shadow of a doubt is finding the right people to work with.
Yes.
I forget how the saying goes, but it's like, one person could do so many things, but many hands does whatever, however that saying goes.
Yeah, there's so many of those.
and it's extremely true, because you think about, let's say this podcast, for example, right? Bunch of different cameras, bunch of different lights, bunch of different things going on. Could I do this by myself? Possibly. But if I do it with somebody else, it just brings that production value to a much higher level, right? And outside of just, your work getting better, working with other people helps your brain develop. It gives you different insights of how to do things. It brings different information that you may have never come across on your own. Other people on your team will help bring that to your table, and you're like, oh, now this is something I like as well, right? So if I were, starting again tomorrow, I would forget about all the crazy stuff like gear and, clients and money, all that kind of stuff. And I'd really just try to position myself with a team where I can bring them value and in turn create value for myself in a business structure.
Yes. Okay, so I guess creating a strong team kind of propels you forward because you're able to see different perspectives on the same aspect, things that you might not have thought about or been exposed to, and I guess that brings different levels of expertise in to make a team.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. All right, so question for you. This is off the fly. So we've done the podcast for a few episodes now.
Yep.
And you're engulfed and aware of the theme of it. Who would you like to see on this podcast?
That's a great question.
No pressure.
Somebody that comes to my mind and somebody I really look up to. I followed his work for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's done amazing things. I think if we look at it from a perspective of like you reached a mountaintop.
Yes.
He reached a mountaintop in
Kilimanjaro.
terms of how far you can go with cinematography and being in its creative space. His name is Jordan Oram.
Yes.
And he's been doing this for a while.
Yes.
And
very dope.
Amazing. Like when I say amazing cinematographer, amazing. And
yes.
What I think is even cooler about just him and his personality is he's an open book.
Yeah.
He will, if you ask him a question about anything,
yeah, he
has no problems going out of his way to call you, share, information with you, point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And a lot of especially in my early stages of becoming a cinematographer, a lot of people don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go down to Ryerson University
mm-hmm.
and literally sit down with Jordan and a group of other people and just talk film.
Wow.
For hours.
Wow.
For hours.
Wow.
So, yeah, if there's somebody that I would love to see, get a chance to, see what he's been up to
mm-hmm.
recently and,
mm-hmm.
What he's got going on, I think that would be the person I would be interested in seeing.
Jordan, you hear that? Hopefully we'll see you soon on Shop Talk. Jamal, thank you so much once again for sitting down with me, answering a few questions about, content creation, cinematography in such an important era for it. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Always good.
All right, so that has been Shop Talk, sitting down with Jamal Flash Forward, master of his craft of cinematography, content creation, you name it. The team is amazing. And Jamal, where can the people find you?
You can find me on my website at www.flashforwardmg.com, and my handle is flashforwardmg across all platforms.
All right, so you hear that, guys. Go and check him out. Once again, this has been Shop Talk. If you like the content and you find value in it, please feel free to like the video and click subscribe and be prepared for more content about entrepreneurship, showing you the ups, downs, the journey of entrepreneurship and how it could change your life. This has been Shop Talk. My name is Jessie Simmons, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.